Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again, I'm TheMBmulti, and welcome back to my Doki Doki Purist Mod Let's Play series. In the previous episodes, we were sick. Well, we had a date with Sayori after a date. It wasn't technically a date, but at the same time it was. With Sayori at a cafe after the festival, and then I was sick, and Sayori took care of me, and we had some serious talks about her depression. And now apparently Sayori is waking me up, because I still haven't locked the door. A young woman's voice breaks me out of my sleep. I open my eyes to see Sayori standing over my bed, holding a steaming hot cup of tea in her hands. I feel a faint smile creep up on my face upon seeing her. Morning. Well, it's technically afternoon, but you looked so peaceful in your sleep that I couldn't bring myself to wake you up. She puts the cup of tea down on my nightstand and feels my forehead. How are you feeling? I tried to reply, but my cough is still very violent. Sayori sighs deeply, clearly disappointed with herself. I was hoping you'd feel better. I do. It just takes a while to recover. I look directly at her. How about you, Sayori? She smiles a radiant smile. I told you yesterday, don't worry about me. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, I'm here because I want to take care of you. She mutters that last line to herself, her voice sounding more distant as she does. Sayori? She notices the concern in my voice and shakes it off. It's nothing, I was just talking to myself is all. I guess I'm weird like that. I think it's kinda cute. She takes her hand off my forehead and backs away. Is it just my imagination, or does she tense up for a few seconds after I call her cute? Anyway, I figured that since it's already past noon that I should wake you up. It won't do you any good if you sleep the entire day away. Your expression darkens. I speak from personal experience after all. Sayori is acting weird. Could this be her depression acting up again? Sayori, is something wrong? She shakes her head and smiles brightly. No, it's nothing. I just feel a little tired, I guess. Come to think of it, I did read that people suffering from depression often have sleep issues. I think I should feel well enough to get up. You can go home if you want to rest. No, please don't. The desperation and fear in her voice is enough to make me flinch. She tries to smile, but I can tell from her eyes that she's scared of something. Sayori, please tell me what's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything's all good. Sayori. She clenches her fist. Mark, please, just focus on your own recovery, okay? You worrying about me makes me feel really uncomfortable. I want to help others, but please don't worry about me. I shake my head and tell her that I can't do that. Why? It should be easy though. Easy enough. You can just continue doing like you've always done. It's not that simple. A friendship is a mutual relationship. Upon hearing the words mutual relationship, Sayori seems to hesitate for a second. However, she regains her composure almost instantly and takes the cup of tea in both her hands. Anyway, just drink this up. I made it less intense than yesterday. And please don't tell me to leave. I sigh. Sure, I mean, I only said that out of concern since you seem tired. She falls silent and makes it clear that she won't reply until I drink the herbal tea she brewed. With the sinking feeling of defeat, I put the cup to my lips and slowly make small gulps to drink the steaming hot tea. Just like Sayori said, it's less intense. I feel revitalized as soon as it flows into my stomach. Sayori takes my cup, but instead of leaving the room, she sits down on the chair near my bed. Mark, are you afraid of being left behind? Being all alone in the world? Huh? No, never mind. Forget I said anything. I must be really tired if I'm rambling stuff like this right now. No, it's a perfectly legit question. I was just put off by how sudden it was. To be honest, I guess I haven't given it much thought. Sure, I would hate to be all alone in the world, but there's no reason for me to fear that since I have you as a friend. We'll always stick together since I know you're dependable. I don't know about that, but I guess you have no reason to fear being left behind. Sayori falls silent and turns her head away from me. It's clear that she's hiding something, but I can't imagine what. Sayori, did something happen? It's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Just forget I said anything. It's nothing you need to worry about right now. Your recovery is more important. I'm an idiot for even bringing that up now. Judging from her voice, she's trying to fight back her tears. She gets up from the chair and starts leaving, still wearing a bright smile on her face. I won't allow this. Sayori, wait! I gather my strength and get out of bed. Mark, no, get back. You're still too weak. I ignore her and walk up to her. She shows no sign of running away. She only stands and looks at me with a bewildered expression on her face. Before she can back off, I put my arms around her. Mark, you big dummy. Tears start rolling down her face. You know you can trust me. I mean, you've already told me about your depression. She wipes her tears away and looks at me with a calm, serious look on her face. Mark, please let go of me. You shouldn't waste your time trying to help me solve my own issues. Her voice is unusually sharp and harsh. Despite this, I defiantly shake my head. I won't do that, Sayori. I turn my head away and let out a violent cough before continuing. Like family to me, maybe even more. Sayori, I'm hungry. If you can stay out of bed, it means that we can go downstairs and eat. Okay, but I want you to tell me what's wrong. She nods silently. Okay, but I'm warning you, it's not a happy story. That's fine by me. If anything, at least sharing it with someone is better than keeping it all to yourself, especially if it's something that bothers you. Isn't that what friends are for? She doesn't reply and merely pushes me away before going downstairs. After making sure she can't see me anymore, I quickly change out of my pajamas and into my casual clothes. I then head downstairs, my heart pounding for some reason. As soon as I enter my kitchen, I see Sayori sitting by the table. I see fresh slices of bread and 2 boiled eggs lying nearby. Sayori must have bought and prepared them while I was out cold. Her expression is solemn and distant, and it seems like she's lost in thought. She doesn't even notice me until I call out to her. First, let's eat. You need to eat to regain the energy you love. That sounds like a freaking San Andreas reference. Carl, you gotta be eating, man. You got to eat to keep your strength up, man. I know you're hungry, man. You got to eat to keep your strength up, man. I mean, I have a number 9, fat boy. Give me a number 9, just like his. I'll have a number 6 with extra dip. I'll have 2 number 9s. Number 9 large. Number 6 with extra dip. Number 7. 2 number 45s. 1 with cheese. And a large soda. And then the drive-by happens, of course, afterwards. And then Big Smoke is eating the whole time. Yeah, you got to eat to keep your strength up, man. Alright. Did you prepare all of this? Yes, I wanted to make breakfast for you. Well, the kitchen is not on fire, so you did a fantastic job, Sayori. Feeling touched by her kindness, I quickly dig in, and true to her word, I feel my strength returning. Despite my illness, my appetite seems to be unaffected. It's only when I finish eating that I notice Sayori hasn't even touched her share, and has been staring at me with a curious expression on her face this whole time. Not hungry? It's fine, I don't really feel like eating now, don't worry. Well, I guess there's no way you let me go without learning why I fear abandonment, huh? I shake my head. I'm here for you, Sayori. If you're unhappy and I know it, how can you expect me to be happy? You're too kind to me. I don't deserve that. She closes her eyes and sighs. She then begins her tale. As she does, her voice sounds cold and emotionless, as if she's reading out a script without putting much thought into the words. As you know, I've always put others before myself. It's mainly because of my personal beliefs. I don't want to be selfish and hurt others, even if the selfish way seems to be the best way to survive. As I grew up, I had to see so many people perform selfish actions just to make themselves happy. In kindergarten, one of my friends wanted a doll another girl had, so she stole it from her when the girl wasn't watching. I knew what she did, but I kept silent, not to betray my friend. I acted selfish because I didn't want to lose someone who was precious to me at the time. Eventually my friend pinned the blame on me to avoid getting into trouble. The girl she stole from hated me for it, and I could feel how much she hated me. Ever since then, I promised myself that I'd do everything I could to make others around me happy, no matter what. She falls silent and tears start rolling down her face. I try to get up, but she notices this and makes a gesture toward me that makes it clear that she wants me to stay. After a few sobs, she regains her composure and continues her tale. At the age when children At the age when children attend elementary school, it's like, oh, I don't know when that is, just whenever that is. Don't know the years. They become selfish. The other kids in my class noticed that I couldn't do anything to defend myself, since that didn't mean hurting them physically or emotionally, so they started to force me to do various favors for them. I did as they told me, since I wanted to make everyone happy. One of them, a boy in my class, seemed to genuinely care about me. He always defended me whenever they lashed out at me or if I disappointed them. Eventually, I guess I got a crush on him and devoted myself to making him happy. I would buy him sweets after school and even do his homework in his stead, no matter how much it tired me out. All to make him happy, since I was secretly, selfishly hoping that he would like me back. It was only after 4 years that I found out he only used me. He never valued me as a person, and once I started to show clear signs of exhaustion, he started to mock me and call me weak and useless. He even spread horrible rumors when I wasn't looking and slowly but surely destroyed my reputation to the point where I feared going back to school every day. Even after I learned what he did behind my back, I couldn't hate him. When he asked me for forgiveness, I forgave him immediately. Jeez, what an asshole. Sayori smiles bitterly and bites her lips. If only he was the only one, and if only the story ended here. One day he announced to me that he got a girlfriend, and who'd have thought it was the same girl whose doll had been stolen. The two of them ganged up on me, telling me such awful things, how I'm nothing more than a tool, how I don't deserve friends, and love, and how I'm worthless. They were so persistent, I started to believe them, and I still do. After all, this is my fault. If I hadn't been so selfish in my desire to make others happy, then maybe... She breaks down into a series of hysterical sobs. I walk over to her and hug her, letting her cry into me. Sayori, listen to me. I won't abandon you. I'm not like those assholes. I value you as a person, not for what you do, but for who you are. But I'm so scared. What if you end up finding someone better? There really isn't any question of me finding someone better. Even if I did get other friends, I would still never abandon you like that. As for you thinking you're worthless, you're not, definitely not. You're worth so much to me. And you're much better than you think you are. Isn't the fact that I'm standing here with you proof of that fact? If I haven't abandoned you when you're at your lowest point, you don't have to worry about me abandoning you in the future. Besides, as someone who's been abandoned by several friends and treated like a walking joke for most of his life, I know how you feel. If you could grip Titan, and for a while, I just let her sob into me while I gently stroke her. Eventually she calms down and sighs. I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't mind, I'm happy. Now I know more about you, Sayori. I'm happy you're my friends, and helping you makes me happy as well. I don't know if it's just my imagination or not, but she feels warmer all of a sudden. Thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me. Just know that you're not alone anymore. You don't have to face all your inner demons alone. I see your bright smile return. Okay, I trust you. How weird. What's up? This warmth I feel oddly relieved at having told you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hey, that's my line! Don't forget, I came here to take care of you, not the other way around. How could I ever forget? But you can talk to me anytime, Sayori. No matter how big or small the problem is, if you have concerns, you know I'm there for you. Like you are for me. I know, and I appreciate that so much. But I'm still afraid I don't want you to be a burden. You were never a burden to me. Since we're in the mood of confessing awkward things, I guess I should mention that without you in my life, I'd be completely alone. Nobody else takes me seriously. I doubt even my parents see me as anything other than a big doofus. But you always take me so seriously, and I always treat you with respect. And you always treat me with respect. I owe you a lot more than I let on, you know? You're too kind. Hey, let's just end this now. I feel like my heart is going to burst if we don't change the topic soon enough. Alright, what do you want to do? Please, let me go back to taking care of you. I really enjoy it. I love the feeling of being useful to you. I let out a dejected sigh. Okay, fine. As I get up and am about to leave from my room, she calls out to me. Oh, Savark. She smiles at me. Thanks again. Telling you always makes me feel so happy. I merely smile in response and head upstairs. The rest of the day goes without any drama. Sayori takes care of me, and even before the day is over, I can already feel my illness getting steadily weaker. Despite the comfort, however, there is a tension between us that wasn't there yesterday. I can't stop thinking about what she told me. When she finally goes home, it's way past midnight, and as I'm about to go to sleep, I realize that I've been a terrible friend to her. I never really paid attention to how much she was really suffering. Sayori, before the darkness of sleep overwhelms me, I promise myself that I'll tell her how I feel about her tomorrow. Ooh, confession? I open my eyes to see the morning sunlight shining through my curtains. Sayori's caretaking seems to have worked wonders on me, since I don't even need to check my fever to know that while it's not gone yet, it's significantly weaker. I slowly make my way out of bed. My legs feel weak, and I feel a little dizzy as I get dressed. I look at the time and figure that Sayori will be arriving any minute now, so I decide to head downstairs and surprise her. Half an hour passes and I make breakfast and wait for Sayori. As I make breakfast, I wait for Sayori. However, she doesn't show up. I feel anxious and look at the clock on the wall. She should have been here by now. We even made a promise. Did I push her too far? Did I scare her away with how suddenly I took an interest towards her situation? On the other hand, I know she's pretty clumsy and is prone to oversleeping. Maybe she's getting ready now. Despite my attempts to calm myself down, I can't shake off the feeling of anxiety that has appeared in my stomach. Should I call her? Or would that only make me seem clingy? As I mentally debate with myself, I hear the doorknob turn, but the door doesn't open. I look through the window and see Sayori standing outside my doorway with a very conflicted look on her face. Why is she hesitating? Does she not want to see me anymore? She's fiddling with the key in her fingers, as if she's unsure whether or not it's right for her to open the door. Well, crap, I think I know what the problem is. She must have misinterpreted my words as if they were signs that I'm in love with her, and she clearly doesn't feel that way about me. I mean, why would she? And why does that line of thought hurt me so much? Could I actually be interested in her? No, that's not possible. I'd have noticed the signs over the course of the many years we've known each other. Besides, the risk would be too high. However, my thoughts get interrupted when she turns her keys towards the window and sees me looking at her. Keys? Eyes! Toward the window and sees me looking at her. Her eyes widen in fear and she backs off and runs away. The anxiety inside me takes over my logical thoughts. I grab my coat and rush after her without even locking the door. Well, good, because otherwise you lock yourself out. I run as fast as my weakened legs can take me, but it's not enough. Between my terrible stamina and Sayori being much faster than her looks would suggest, the distance between us only widens. At this rate I'll lose her. I'm filled with fear-induced adrenaline at the thought of possibly losing my only friend without even knowing why I lost her, and start using whatever resources inside me to run faster. As she reaches the middle of the road, Sayori hears my wheezing and turns her head to see and sees me running after her. Her eyes widen in shock. The gap between us closes until she's right in front of me. Why? I gasp and my eyes also widen. However, I don't widen from seeing Sayori stop, but from a large truck that's coming. Oh no, I'm gonna get isekai'd! That's coming towards her at full speed. At this rate, even if it sees her and the driver pulls the brakes, she won't escape unscathed if she doesn't move out of the way right now. Sayori, look out! Gathering all the energy left in me, I pounce like a cougar and tackle her out of the way. I use my own body as a cushion for her. The truck passes by, missing both of us by a few inches. I slowly open my eyes to see Sayori lying on top of me. She's conscious and unhurt, but still shocked. Upon realizing we're both safe, she gets off me without saying a single word. She tries to run again, but I grab her hand and shake my head. Please don't run away. She says nothing, but her expression tells me that she won't resist anymore. Let's go somewhere less dangerous. Her whole body trembles, as does mine. I've never been more terrified in my entire life. For a second there, I thought I had permanently lost my only friend. When we're next to her house, I stop and let go of her hand. Sayori, what happened? Why did you run away like that? You could have been killed. Do you have any idea how scared I was? I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know how to act after what you said yesterday. Oh, I'm worth so much to you, it scares me. I'm not used to it, and I don't want people to care about and value me. But at the same time, I'm more afraid of losing you than I am of dying. I grab her by the shoulders and look her right in the eyes. Why are you so afraid of losing me when I've told you time and time again that you won't lose me? Please don't be afraid to tell me. She clenches her fist and tears start running down her cheeks. Okay, fine. The thing is, for the longest time, I have had feelings for you, Mark. I stare at her, stupefied. All I can do is blink. That's why I came over yesterday. I wanted to see you and to take care of you. I didn't really do it for you. I was selfish and did it to... You feel... What? I never knew. Nothing could have prepared me for this. I'm sorry, I'll just leave. I promise, you'll never see me again. You're too good for me. I've always felt that way about you to some extent, ever since you repaired my stuffed toy when we were kids. When you were the only kid in the whole school who was nice to me. But for the last few weeks, my feelings for you have gotten even stronger than they were before. Sayori. That's why I asked you to join the literature club. I wanted a reason to spend more time with you. But then I started to worry. I know I'm not good enough. And besides, there are so many girls in the literature club, and all of them are better than me. Please don't forget just forget I said anything. I don't want to lose you. Yeah, just forget I said anything. I don't want to lose you. If I can't be with you in a romantic way, at least I don't want to lose you as a friend. I pull her into a hug. Sayori, I've never felt happier. I feel the same way about you. What? Seriously? I nod. It's hard to describe, but lately she's become more and more important to me. When she said she had feelings for me, it made me feel happier than normal. I look into her eyes. I've made up my mind about this. Whatever happens, happens. Sayori, you've always been special to me, but lately I think I've started to notice my feelings for you go beyond regular friendship. Mark, will you please go out with me? Sayori gasps and stares at me, dumbfounded. Sayori? I'd love to, but are you sure you want this? I mean, I don't want you to do something you'll regret. It was an abrupt transition, but there we go. To prove how I feel, I pull her into a deep hug. She returns it and holds me so tight that it almost hurts a little. She's clearly afraid to let go of me, just like I'm scared to let go of her. I feel her tears run down my neck and I stroke her back, letting her cry all her anxiety out. Before I know it, I feel my own eyes getting watery. Believe me, I want this. I think I've always felt this way too. I just was too dense to realize it. Sayori, I failed to finish my sentence before I, too, break down sobbing. And so the two of us silently hold each other. The only sound that escapes from both of us is our muffled sobs and frantic breathing. As I pull her closer, I can practically feel how fast her heart is beating. Both of us are trembling, both from fear and anticipation. Come to think of it, how did I not notice the signs until now? Sayori made me feel something completely different from what anyone else made me feel. I had always written it off as friendship, but it seems I was underestimating my feelings. No, not underestimating. I misunderstood them completely. The shock of what just nearly happened was what finally made me realize what I really feel towards her. This is too much for me to handle. I'm both happy and scared. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's weird to explain, but I'm happy because I'm so scared. I think I'm scared of love. Same here. Sayori, I'll ask you this. Will you be my girlfriend? Sayori looks up at me with teary eyes. I want to, but I can't. Not with how I feel about myself. If I don't love myself, how can I ever expect any relationship to end well? Alright, that's a pretty mature thing to say, I guess, for Sayori. I mean, it's a bit weird, well, not weird, but interesting that they went with a different direction with Sayori here in this story. Because here, Sayori and has MC like as her only friend, and of course with all the betrayal stuff that she explained with those people only using her, which sort of like amplified her depression. I always felt like, I mean, it's never really explained in other mods, I believe, but I always felt like Sayori just has a bunch of friends, and MC just happens to be one of them, you know? like kind of how MC is unaware of Sayori's depression. Like, you know, when Monika's like, oh, Sayori is so much happier when you're here, and then MC's like, no, Sayori is always like that. And then Monika's like, oh, you're so funny. You know, I kind of feel like that is how Sayori, at least that's my headcanon, you know. That doesn't have to be true for other mods, but that's my headcanon. If the mod doesn't explain it, that's how my head fills it in. So I always feel like Sayori has a whole bunch of friends, you know, and they all have that same situation with MC. Like, they're always assuming that, oh, Sayori's just a happy-go-lucky, happy girl, or whatever. No, she always smiles. She's always very cute and adorable, always cares about others, you know. So they always have that same reaction of, oh, no, Sayori is always like that, you know. So I feel like that is how Sayori usually is. She has just a bunch of friends that she's close with, and then MC just happens to be one of them. That sort of watered down relationship, because of course they were childhood friends, and then at the start of the vanilla game they said that, like, oh well, they grew apart slightly over the course of high school or whatever. So that's how I always interpret Sayori, just in general, like her general social status, if you want to call it that, in school. She just has a whole bunch of friends. And that's sort of secretly a bit detrimental or whatever, where obviously they don't know her that she's depressed, but inadvertently they're draining from her, but not deliberately. They just love spending time with her, and then Sayori thinks, oh, I have to give my happiness to them, you know, to make them happy. But then inadvertently that causes all of them to drain Sayori the whole time, you know? Again, it's not their fault. It's not that they deliberately are doing it to hurt Sayori, but that is just what's amplifying her depression, because, you know, she keeps telling herself that she's worthless, she's only a good person when she puts a smile on others' faces, and then, you know, when she has a whole bunch of friends, then she keeps on sending that out. It's kind of like what she wrote with that bottles poem, you know, like, all my friends come in to grab the bottles. Bottle after bottle come off the shelf rapidly, and they want my bottles this much, but I don't have enough of them. They keep shattering on the floor. They are never enough. Kind of like that. Not because they genuinely can't be happy without Sayori, or because they don't value her, but just because they don't know that she's depressed. They just like spending time with her because Sayori is fun to be around, because she's a very adorable person. And very sweet person, very kind person. So who wouldn't want to spend time with someone like that? So inadvertently they help feed the depression. But, you know, if Sayori told them, then, like, I'm sure that 99% of those friends would be like, oh my god, I never knew, I'm so sorry. But of course Sayori doesn't tell them, because then they would be, you know, they would be feeling bad about her and worrying about her. And that is exactly what Sayori doesn't want. But that's how I always interpret Sayori's, you know, general group of friends to be, or her social situation to be. So here it's very different, because here she's essentially like Yuri, where everybody bullies her, everybody takes advantage of her, even the guy that she has a crush on took advantage of her. And MC was the only person that was her friend, and she isn't really a social butterfly, so to speak. So that's an interesting take that they went here with Sayori's story like that. But the bit of where I'm going with all of that is that there's a bit of a risk with the whole, like, you're the only person type of thing. You know, it's very sweet when they're like, oh, you know, only you care about me, or you know me best than anyone, stuff like that. But, you know, when there's the only person, and then, you know, it feels a little bit too, not necessarily dependent. I mean, I'm not trying to say that's wrong, but it's a bit risky, you know, if there's only one person, and then that person is, you know, you put all of your eggs in one basket, so to speak. Again, not trying to say that is like, oh, you should make more friends, otherwise it's useless to get into a relationship with the only person that you know. I'm not trying to say anything like that. But it feels a bit risky when she's so fragile. I don't mean it in a mean way, but she's so like, oh my god, having this weird, intense relationship with MC, wanting to be closer to him, wanting to be in love with him, but also being scared because she still has that thought of, oh, other people caring. I don't want other people wasting their energy caring about me, especially not the person that I care about, like the MC. So, you know, I want to push him away. But then at the other end, also not wanting to push him away. And like she said over there at the end just now, like where she's going, oh, it's okay if you don't love me, but I don't want you to lose you as a friend, so just ignore my love confession, I'll get over it. It's sort of like that, even though she won't get over it that easily, even though she pretends to say, oh, it's fine, it's nothing. So, I'm not trying to say that this is a very unrealistic relationship or whatever, but I feel like the foundations are a bit fragile, and they have to very carefully navigate that, so to speak. So I was pleasantly surprised when Sayori, it was very easy for her to just go, no, I don't want to, because I don't like people taking care of me, so I don't want a boyfriend, even though I very care about you and stuff like that. So I thought it was very mature, where she just essentially takes a step back to look at herself and goes, yeah, I want you to be my boyfriend, but how I don't love myself, so how can I love somebody else? So how can that relationship work out? You know? It's very easy to go, to use that line of dialogue again, where Sayori goes, I don't want people taking care of me because I feel worthless. I don't want them to waste their energy on me, especially a boyfriend or whatever. And then you get into a weird paradox where she loves the person, but she doesn't want them closer, but then she does want them closer at the same time. So yeah, they went to. I like that line from Sayori, where she essentially just takes a step back to look at it, where she goes, I can't even love myself, so maybe I should fix that for myself, and then I would love to be your boyfriend or whatever, you know. Thought it was very mature of her, and it sort of puts away some worries that I had with that other stuff about only them being it for each other, you know. It's a bit weird because I don't necessarily have that same critique if MC and Yuri were to get together, because of course Yuri has also 0 friends. I mean, with other mods that she gets friendly with the other club members, like in Blue Skies, which I thought was really very fun and interesting part of the plot, where you have to encourage her to be friends with Natsuki because she wants to be friends, but she's just a bit too scared to take the first step, and you don't do it for her, but you just encourage her. You're just there for her, like, hey, maybe you should talk to Natsuki a little bit. And then they end up becoming BFFs at the end of the story, which is really fun, and I thought was a great addition to the story. But, you know, regardless of that, essentially Yuri is the same in Let's Say Yuri here, where she has 0 friends, and then MC becomes her first true friend, so to speak. So it's a bit hypocritical of me to not use that critique on Yuri when I do use it on Sayori here, but I guess the difference there is a bit of the lack of depression, I guess, from Yuri. I mean, Yuri has, she has loneliness, trouble with being bullied a whole lot, and of course her self-harm. And I feel like from the beginning with MC and Yuri, it's not necessarily that dependable or whatever, you know? Well, not necessarily not dependable, but more in the sense of a lot of the time it is the choices are focused around not doing everything for Yuri, as in like doting on her in such a way that she's like pretending like she can't do anything herself. A lot of the good choices in those types of mods are just encouraging Yuri or being there for Yuri, not doing everything for her. Or being there when it counts, like in Outcast, when everybody told me not to check up on her, and then I checked up on her, and that's when that was the right call, because she was about to kill herself. So, yeah, so I feel like there's a bit of a difference here, because, of course, with Sayori and the depression, that's already like an extra layer on top of it, and then due to their childhoods, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish. Maybe it's just my love for Yuri shining through in a weird way, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, in general, I had a bit of concern for this relationship with MC and Sayori when they were like just so dependent on each other, or had that weird sort of like back and forth. But then with that a very mature response here from Sayori, that's the concern has been knocked away a little bit. So that was nice. So I just wanted to give props to that. And I guess also if that same thing, I think it still applies to Yuri. If that same thing were to, I've just been playing a lot of good Yuri routes or whatever, or Yuri mods. But if that same thing would be applying to Yuri, where Yuri is 100% dependable, like all of her luck or all of her happiness, all of her good moodness comes from MC and nowhere else, then I would also, I guess I would pretty much assume that I would be complaining about the same thing there with that Yuri route, if that Yuri route would be written like that, I think that would be still my same. I would still critique that if a Yuri route had that going on. But none of the Yuri routes that I've played really had that going on. I mean, in Blue Skies, that was literally the point. The whole point was not doing everything for Yuri. Letting Yuri do things on her own. Encouraging her to meet up with Natsuki and be better friends with her. You could do it sometimes, especially when she stumbles her order at the cafe. You could order for her instead. But you don't need to do it all the time. Like, there was another, I can't remember what the other choices were, but there was another choice somewhere where Yuri you had to either do it for Yuri or let Yuri do it herself. And then the correct choices there was to let Yuri do it herself instead of doing it for her all the time. And that's what ended up getting you the good ending in the end. Which I got on my first try too. So that was in Blue Skies. In Fallen Angel, it's a bit different because, of course, there's the whole situation with Monika being the major bully there. But with Fallen Angel, it is also not really that they're fully dependent on each other for their happiness. It's just mostly about avoiding Monika. I can't really remember from... Oh no, in Encore there was the nightmares the whole time. And of course Monika was still self-aware in Encore. Yeah, in Outcast it was letting Yuri be on her own and do her own things, but, stepping in when it's necessary, even when the whole world told me not to. So it's a bit of a different, sort of an opposite one, really, but... Yeah, that was also felt cathartic in a way, because other mods did that in a stupid way. I feel like when you're like, oh, I'm checking up, and they're like, oh, you're stupid, and then there was the bad ending, and then here it's the other way around, where everybody tells me don't check up on her, and then I check up on her, and that was the good call, actually. So anyway, yeah, I think I would also be complaining about that if a Yuri route did it like that, where they're just completely dependent on each other. So then that kind of felt like here with Sayori. So also because I haven't seen the others in a while, so, that would also make it, I would have been less concerned about it if the others showed up a bit more, and Sayori got some of the happiness from them, So yeah, I really like that mature response there from Sayori. Even so, I don't want this moment to end. An idea suddenly forms in my head. How about this then? Why don't we try to be in an informal relationship? Informal relationship? I nod and smile. I mean, we try to be in a relationship and are more than just friends, but progress slower than normal. We can do it at a pace what? We can do it at a pace a pace we're both comfortable with. Oh, as in a pace you are comfortable. No, both comfortable. That's why. Okay, it's a bit weird sentence, but yeah, I guess that's what they meant. He stops his first sentence halfway through and then changes you to both. Now that I know, I don't think I want to forget. Me neither. But please, I hope you know what you're getting into. I mean, I'm really high maintenance, so to speak. As am I, but honestly I don't mind. If it's you, I don't mind. I stroke her head and wipe her tears away. Call me weird, but I enjoy being able to help you. And I can make you smile. If I can make you smile, I'll be happy to maintain when needed. Wow, I don't know what this feeling is. Her tears start trickling down her face again, but this time she smiles. I've never been happier. I love you, Mark. Hearing those words escape her mouth, directed at me, makes me feel a warm and fuzzy feeling inside. My whole body is heating up. I press her closer to me. Holding her like this feels so good. I love you too, Sayori. And I won't let you down, no matter how rough the ride gets. Sayori says nothing and merely cries in silence. Once she's done crying, she raises her head and looks me in the eyes. I see her close her eyes and move her face to mine. I close my eyes and meet her halfway, feeling her lips on mine. Her lips are so soft, a little wet, and she presses so gently, it feels as if she's afraid to crumble to dust if she pushes too hard. I return the gesture. It feels so warm. This feeling can only be love. Only when I open my eyes does it start dawning on me that I've just had my first kiss. And that it's with Sayori, the girl I've always cared for as more than just a friend, and who has been by my side ever since the beginning. Wow, that felt so good. Her voice is barely louder than a whisper. It sounds different now. It's more tender and gentle than usual. Mark, I know I might not be the best choice for you, but I'll try my very best to be the perfect partner for you. I shake my head. No, please don't try. I notice my own voice is also lower. I only want her to hear my words. I run my right hand through her hair. I love you as you are. Why? Because you're the one I fell in love with. I don't want you to try to be perfect, because nobody is. Though knowing you're too stubborn and will still try, huh? She laughs heartily. Looks like you're finally getting me after all these years. I'll do anything for you, Mark. Anything to make you happy. To repay you for making me feel this way. As I hold her in my arms, I realize that I really am in love with her. And I'm so happy that someone as wonderful as her is in love with me. How can I ever make her feel as happy as I'm feeling right now? Just promise me one thing. What is it? Please, let's not keep any secrets from each other anymore. To my surprise, Sayori nods. Okay, I promise you. Just promise me one thing as well, Mark. I nod and take her hands into mine. They're so warm and clammy. Anything. Please, don't go. Ever. Even when you find someone better than me. I hold her tightly and whisper gently into her ear. Don't worry. I'm not even going to look in any other girl's direction. And besides, I don't think anyone can compare to you. You've always been here. You've always been there for me. And I want to be with you, nobody else. I love you so much. Nobody's ever said such kind and sweet things to me before. She suddenly gasps. Oh no, I completely forgot that you're still sick. Don't worry about it. I don't think I've ever felt better. Are you sure? I mean, I still took the day off so I could take care of you. As I nod, I get another idea. I still want to spend the day with you. I feel the same. Is that alright with you? I mean, if you want time to process what just happened, I understand. And she merely kisses me to shut up. I've been dreaming about this day for so many years. I wish to spend every moment with you. If you'll let me, that is. I kiss her back and make it very clear that I want to spend the day with her. What would you like to do, though? I don't really care, as long as it's something I can do together with you. Yeah, I feel the same way. Though we should probably find something to do. How about going to that park? That sounds lovely. We break apart and start walking towards the bus stop.